right, today is a special day. It is the middle of the summer, and we are going to make ourselves a little duck and deer gumbo. And so we've got all the ingredients out here in front of you. We use Texas 1015 onion, we use bell pepper, and we typically use celery, but I'm not using celery right now. We've got duck from this year and some chopped up backstrap. Got your flour, got your little bit of oil. Use a little butter to saute the vegetables and the venison. And then we have the big pot here for our roux. And our roux is going to be equal portions of oil and flour all mixed together. Now, making a roux, as you probably know, is an involved process, about 30 minutes of stirring it on low heat so it does not burn. However, it'll be really, really good here in the once it's all said and done. So stick with us. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we got a little butter in the pan, and we are going to saute our duck and our venison. I'm going to use a little Montreals too. Not going to go crazy on that, as it will add a little bit too much salt to it, but that is the plan. All right, so I got this cooking, and I'm going to cook it for another minute or two more. I'm going to put it on a plate and then put the vegetables right into here. And then we're going to set both that aside. We're going to make our roux, and after it's done, we're going to dump it all together, and that's when it actually becomes a official gumbo. All right, so now the meat is been cooked down, so I'm going to gently spoon it into here, trying to leave all the juices, as they say. And then, shoot, there goes a very hot piece on my toe. Now, it's not 100% cooked. So, that's okay, because it's going to simmer in that gumbo, that roux, for a while anyway. And the more we cook it, it gets a little tough. Wow, I should have gotten a bigger plate. Okay. Alright, so now we are basically left with a couple pieces, but that's okay. Now, I got another little stick of butter. Again, we normally put celery in here, but I got bell pepper, a Texas 1015, and some garlic. Turn your heat back on, and we're going to add that in. And I love celery, but I did not get any this time because I forgot. Okay, we're going to simmer this down. Once this is simmered down, we're going to combine it with the meat, and we'll set it aside. Then we'll work on the roux. And the roux, again, like I say, is going to take about 30 minutes to make. It's probably the most complicated piece of it all, because you can't burn it. All right, I got the butter in here.
Julie laughed.
And I got the onions, and everything is simmering down.
The fisherman's wharf.
All right, so these are done sweating, so we're going to pour all this meat back in. And give it one last little stir. And then we'll set it aside. Okay. You know, people ask, is there a ratio between the meat and vegetables? Probably. I like more meat in mine than some. You know, a lot of guys will use duck and sausage, but I just love plain Jane deer meat. All right, so that goes aside. And now it is time for the roux. Now the roux is going to be equal parts of flour and oil. I like to do the flour first because it's just a little easier. So we got a lot of meat in this guy, so I'm going to do probably 2 cups of flour and And 2 cups of Earl. Actually, I'll probably use a little less oil. Alright. Here we go. And then, this is canola oil. I know. Not good for you. Oop. There you go. That's it. Now, the secret to this, well, not the secret. What you must do is you must stir this constantly. And you can see right now, real lumpy. You can also see how light it is, okay? You can do it as dark as you want. Some guys do a real chocolate brown roux. Mine's kind of in between. But literally, you sit here and simmer this on low heat for almost 30 minutes. And then you've got your color. We will be back here in about 30 minutes. 15 minutes in. Chain's gotten a little darker. I don't know if you can tell, but those bubbles. That's what you're looking for. We're just simmering it, but you gotta keep stirring. I do a wide stir, then work my way in. So you make sure you get everything evenly. That's me. Okay. I had to pull it off the heat. But you can look at it now and see how much darker it is. It is real dark and it is real nice. And this is probably at the 35-minute mark, but again, on low to simmer. Okay, so I have taken it off heat and I am continuing to stir it down here until it cools a little bit. And after that, we're going to throw the meat in there. And then we're going to, after we throw the meat in there, we're going to see how thick it is. And then if we need to add some chicken broth, we will do that. But then we should be good to go. All right, now I got this thing real chocolatey. This is a little bit more chocolatey than I like, but I lost control of my heat, but it did not burn, which is good. So now we're gonna add the meat to it, and we'll add a little chicken broth to it as needed. Now, I had to add a little chicken broth to this thing because it was real hot. I put a little bit of meat in there and it was way too hot. I should have stirred it for probably another 5-10 minutes, but I didn't do it. But we're good. Now we're gonna add this meat. Now that it is cooled down. And a lot of meat. There she goes. Continue to stir. Yeah, there you go. Now it's gonna seem thick. That's okay. Again, heat is off. Make sure your heat is off. All right, now this is real. This is thick. And again, I don't really like a soupy, more of a soupy gumbo. This is definitely gonna be thick and hearty, as you can see. I'm gonna add some chicken broth here to kind of give it a little bit more. A little bit more. Now I'm going to put it back on simmer. And now you should be good. You should be good. You're no really concern now about burning your roux, because you've got all these other ingredients in here. So that is it. I'm going to make some instant rice. And that is it. So here is your duck and deer meat gumbo. Should be good.
What time do y'all want breakfast in the morning?
And here is the final product. It is really good. The meat is actually semi-tender. Good stuff. Try it out.